wanted to start off this video by thanking all of you who have been watching my videos and commenting on them and subscribing to me. Thank you so much. With your help, I was able to surpass 1,000 subscribers this week. So as a thank you, I do have a $25 MasterCard gift card giveaway, and I will have the details for that at the end of this video. So make sure you stick around for that. So I've gotten a couple requests in the comments about doing a video about my classroom management. So today's video is going to be all about how I use both a clip chart and Class Dojo in my classroom to help manage student behavior. So I did want to start off by showing you all the clip chart that I use in my classroom in conjunction with Class Dojo. This is from Learning in Wonderland. It's in her TPT store, and I'll put the link to it down in the description. But I definitely recommend it if you're looking for a clip chart. This is the one that comes pre-made, but it is also editable, so you can choose the colors and you can choose the text to help it work for what you need for your classroom. But I just printed these out in color on cardstock, and then I did laminate them with my Scotch laminator, and I'll put the link to that in the description. Then I just hole punched them at the bottom and connected them together with a book ring. I have used this clip chart for 2 years, and it's held together really, really well. So for me, that has worked. If you have found a better way to put them together, please let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear it. But here are all of my kids' clips. I just write their names on good old-fashioned clothespins. Now, I like to do it that way at the end of the year they get to take their clip with them, but another option for you to consider would be just writing student numbers on it, and then you can actually reuse them year after year. So all of my students start their day on Ready to Learn, and I make sure that I communicate with parents that that's not a bad thing. If they stay on Ready to Learn, that actually means they've been doing everything they were supposed to be doing. So if they end the day on Ready to Learn, they do earn 1 Class Dojo point. If they're able to move up to Good Choices and they end the day on Good Choices, they will earn 2 Dojo points. If they end the day on Awesome Behavior, they earn 3 Dojo points. And if they make it up to Super Student and they end the day there, they do earn 4 Class Dojo points. I also give them a piece of candy, and I also put one of these notes in their agenda. I'll put these as a freebie down in the description for you as well. I've also had a couple of instances where a student was on Super Student and they were still like extremely well behaved. So then I actually clip them up here to the tippy top, and then they actually get 5 Dojo points and they get an extra piece of candy. So same thing down at the bottom. If they end the day on Think About It, I actually have my students lose a Class Dojo point, but if you wanted to use that just as a warning, you could just have them not get any Dojo points for the day. If they end the day on Teacher's Choice, they do lose 2 Class Dojo points, and they also lose some of the recess time, kind of just depending on what they did. And if they end the day on Parent Contact, they do lose 3 Dojo points, they lose some more recess time, and I do contact home to let the parents know. So I did want to show you all how I coordinate the clip chart with Class Dojo. So this is just a demo class that I've created, but under my positive points are the positive parts of my clip chart. So I do have one for Ready to Learn, and that earns 1 point. I have one for Good Choices, and that's worth 2. Awesome Behavior is worth 3. Super Soon is worth 4. And then if they get to the tip top of the chart, it is worth 5 points. And then Hallway is just an extra thing that I personally do. When my students are walking in the hallway, I bring my phone with me and I use the app. And if there's a student walking correctly or doing a really good job, I will give them a hallway point. So that's kind of extra points for them. Also, if my students earn a compliment from another teacher or from administration, I do give the whole class a hallway point. Then I will show you the negative parts of the clip chart. Again, my students do lose Dojo points, and that's just a personal choice. Some teachers only use positive points, some of them use both positive and negative. So if the student ends the day on Think About It, they do lose a point. If they end the day on Teacher's Choice, they will lose 2 points and they will lose recess. And if they end the day on Parent Contact, they'll lose 3 points. They will lose some recess, and I will also contact home. But I also use the negative points to allow my students to spend their points, and they get to pick different prizes. So I only give them a couple of choices to help narrow it down. I do Stinky Feet as an option, and that's where they get to take their shoes off for the day, and that costs them 15 Dojo points. But since Class Dojo will only let you take up to 5 points at a time, I have this in here as -5, and then I would just click it 3 different times so that it takes away 15 points. Another choice my students have is Lunch Bunch, and that's where they get to come back to the classroom to eat their lunch and watch a movie. So again, I can only take up to 5 at a time, so I would actually click this one 5 times to take away their points. Another choice they have is Treasure Box. That costs them 50 Dojo points. And again, I would just click it 10 different times so that it takes away 50 points. And another choice my students have are Panda Bucks. That's a monetary system that my school uses, and they can go to the school store and they can purchase incentives. So I do allow my students to trade in Dojo points for Panda Bucks, and it's just an even exchange, 1 Dojo point for 1 Panda Buck, but I do make them do it in increments of 5, so they can either trade in 5, 10, 15, 20, and so on for the Panda Bucks. So now I'm going to talk to you all a little bit about how I communicate my classroom rules and the clip chart and Class Dojo with my parents. At open house, I do have out a couple of papers on the student tables, and one of them is this classroom handbook. This is an editable flip book from Learning in Wonderland, and I'll put the link to it down in the description. But you'll notice that one of my tabs is classroom rules. And up at the top is where I actually communicate my rules, and at the bottom is where I actually have an image of my classroom clip chart, and I have explanations of each level, how the student gets to it, and what that means in terms of Class Dojo. Also on the student desk at open house, I do have this letter that gives a little bit more information about Class Dojo in case the parents aren't familiar about it. This is in my TPT store, and I'll put a link to it down in the description. But at the bottom, I do have a QR code that links the parents to the sign up page, and I also have a bit.ly link in case they want to get on a desktop computer. But what I usually do is I staple the student access code to this with the directions that come directly from the Class Dojo website. That way the parents can get signed up before school even starts and they're ready to go. So I do work at a Title I school, which means a lot of my families don't have computers or internet access at home. So in order to communicate with those parents, I do have a behavior report that I send home on Fridays. So this is in my TPT store as well, and I'll put the link down in the description, but it's pretty simple. All I do is I copy down how many positive and negative points the student got each day of the week, and I write down if they spent any of their points. And down at the bottom, I have a spot for teacher comments that I can write in, and then I do require a parent signature over the weekend and have it sent back on Monday. So now probably the part you've been waiting for is the giveaway. I am giving away a $25 MasterCard gift card. This can be used anywhere that MasterCard is accepted. This is a thank you for helping me reach 1,000 subscribers. I'm so appreciative of all of you that watch my videos and like them and comment on them. So in order to be entered, you have to do 3 things. Number 1, you have to be subscribed to my YouTube channel. Number 2, you have to follow me on Instagram. My handle is Pocketful of Primary, and I'll put a link to it down in the description for you. Number 3, you have to comment on this video with your username on Instagram so I can verify, and you have to let me know what you would like to see a video of in the future. So this giveaway will run for 1 full week, so you have until midnight September the 17th to enter, and I will announce the winner in a video on September the 18th. So make sure you're subscribed, make sure you follow me on Instagram, and make sure you leave a comment down below to let me know your Instagram name and what you would like to see a future video of. I will be posting a video sometime this week all about how I organize my math manipulatives and all my different math materials. So thank you for watching. Go enter my giveaway, and I hope you enjoyed this video.